Hi guys, welcome to Cat to CD Mentors. Today in this GK session, we will be doing the awards and honors predominantly for the year 2019. So we will be covering all the awards from the domain of Nobel Prizes. Then we have Pulitzer Award, Max Essay. We'll be talking about the international awards and the domestic awards as a bunch in this entire series of GK. So today what I'm going to cover is so the first session for this is going to be Nobel Prize. So we're going to go ahead and try to understand who all were there who got the Nobel Prize in the year 2019. Now, before we move ahead, let's have a quick look at, or rather let's have a quick history as far as the Nobel Prizes are concerned, rather as Nobel Prize is concerned. So basically it is given by the name of a person called as the Alfred Nobel. Definitely he's one and the only. So basically he was from Swedish. So Swedish inventor and the businessman named Alfred Nobel. So at the time of his death on 10th December 1896, so this is going to be one of the most important questions that you can expect in the GK. Now, Nobel Prize is one of the so important topic for all the GK exams, whatever we have, right from CMAT, XAT, for all the exams that you will definitely, short will see one question coming from the Nobel Prize. So Nobel Prize chapter actually is really important as far as your GK is concerned. Even if it is for Bank PO exam or MBA exam, it's going to be important. So his death was on 10th December 1896. He had 355 patents worldwide. One of them was the patent of the dynamite, the important one. Furthermore, he started 87 companies across the world. Now, he wrote a will actually. So according to his will, he said that, whatever enormous fortune that he had, that needs to be, or that should be utilized by giving prizes to the people who have done the benefit to mankind. So that was the basis of Nobel Prize. But in the field of physics, chemistry, medicine, literature and peace. By the way, the Nobel Prize is not given in the field of mathematics, right? So that's the kind of a note that you can have. Now, let's move ahead. So the Nobel laureates are announced at the beginning of the October each year. You can read this line. I'm going to go to the point number 3. The first Nobel Prize were awarded in 1901. Short question. 5 years after the Nobel death in 1969. Okay, fair enough. Another prize was added. So this is something important that a lot of people are not aware about. That there was one more prize that was added. And this is pronounced as the Sueria Risk Bank Prize in Economic Science in the memory of Alfred Nobel. All the Nobel Prizes are awarded in Stockholm, Sweden, except the Nobel Peace Prize, I would say, which is awarded in Oslo. So just by the history of Nobel Prize, you can get around about 4 to 5 questions on the basis of only history. The Nobel laureate was the Alfred Nobel, where he was from. Secondly, the death anniversary. Then you can talk about the award that was added. When was the first Nobel Prize was given? Then again, all the Nobel Prizes are awarded in which all the countries like Stockholm, Sweden, except for the Nobel Prize which is awarded in Oslo, Norway. So these are the couple of questions you can expect to be asked in the GK format. Now we'll go ahead and try to see 2019 awards, like Nobel Prizes awards. Number 1, so we start with the Nobel Peace Prize. It was given to the Ahmed Ali. So this is something you can make a note of. Now again, the Nobel Prize was given to him because for the efforts that he has actually put in to achieve peace, international cooperation. Now definitely you don't really have to kind of focus on this, because this is something you can really understand that okay, the Nobel Peace Prize in the year 2019 was given to Ahmed Ali for the whatever that the work he has done. So the peace, we know about that, but what was it? It was resolving the border conflict for the neighboring Eritrea, right? So basically he was pioneer in actually resolving all these border conflicts, so because of which he was awarded with the Nobel Prize. Then comes the Nobel Prize in the field of physics. Now again, all these 3 guys out here, they were given the same. So subject will remain the same. We just need to keep the names in mind. So that's going to be James, Michael. You can probably you can pronounce it as Didier Queloz. It's really tough to pronounce, but anyways, if I were to actually kind of study this for the exam, I'll kind of put it like this: JP, then MM, and I can put it like this: DQ. So these are the kind of pairing that I would try to understand that. Okay, JP, these guys were given the Nobel Prize in the physics domain in the year 2019. Now the Nobel Prize was given in the field of chemistry to John, then Stanley and Akira. I will really not gonna get into the pronunciation of their surname. So here you can kind of make a note of, you can kind of just take the first name and the initials of the first name and the last name. I would say that's going to be JG, then it's going to be SW, and it's going to be SAY. So these guys were given the Nobel Prize in the field of chemistry for the development of lithium ion batteries. So this is something you need to keep in mind, that okay, who were given the Nobel Prize and for what purpose they were given the Nobel Prize. So this is how you can kind of pair them. This is how you can kind of understand by initial of the first name and the last name, because keeping these keeping these names in mind is going to be tough. So probably you can kind of have this shortcut or whatever, like whatever name you can kind of, like, this is like, if I were to say this, okay, so JP say JP Morgan, right? MM, you can put it any way. So you can come up with your own shortcut just to kind of go ahead with this remembrance of these names, because that's going to be really important. Okay, so the other Nobel Prize that was given in the field of medicine, it was given to William G. Kellen Jr. It was also given to Sir Peter J. Ratcliffe and Craig Simmons. So there are three people out here. WSG is what you can kind of put the pair as. So this is going to be WSG. So I can just kind of keep the first initials of the name in my mind. Now when you talk about the medicine, what it was done, it was something to do with the oxygen availability and how cells sense and adopt the oxygen availability. So you can keep the kind of shortcut in mind. Okay, cell having something to do with the oxygen, and these guys were given. So there was one William, there was one Peter, and the Greg. So these are the common names. You can still keep them in your mind. Nobel Prize was in literature given to Peter. Again, when you say that, okay, literature, basically it has to do something to do with the language or kind of a work that they have done in the same field, right? It was again given to Olga. Nobel Prize in 2018, it was announced, but was given in the year 2019. And then we have already done this. Okay, so this is something interesting that I'm going to do. Economic sciences, ये बहुत famous हुआ था because one of the Indian got the Nobel Prize. So Abhijit Banerjee was given the award, then Esther Duflo was given the award, and Michael Kramer was given the award. So I can just keep this, I can make it like this, MEA. So what, I mean, this is what, it just came in my mind, abruptly. This is MEA, Ministry of Economic Affairs. So I'm just going to keep initials of their names in my mind. I'm going to put a shortcut, A say Abhijit, E say Esther, M say Michael, right? And why did they get the award? Because they have done the work which was phenomenal as far as the alleviation of the global poverty is concerned, because of which these guys were given the awards. Fine. So what you have to do is you just need to kind of keep the note of these awards, try and understand who was given the award and for what work it was given the award for. So this is as far as the Nobel Prize winners of 2019 are concerned. The next chapter or the next lesson that I'm going to do is predominantly on the Pulitzer Award. So that's going to be the next session for all of you. Alright, so what I'm going to do is on a daily basis, I will be covering at least one session. So on a daily basis, you will be seeing the GK updates on my channel. So what I'm going to do is, so this series is basically all the awards and recognition, when we're going to cover all the awards that took place in the year 2019, right? So step by step, I'm going to make part 1, then going to make part 2, 3, etc., so that you guys know. So I don't want to give you guys, a lengthy video of like 1 hour. So we're going to go step by step and you guys will be able to see these videos on a daily basis. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so, because you will be getting the updates on the GK front. So what we're going to do is, so this is going to be the series for awards and recognition. Then we're going to come up with the currency. Then we're going to come up with the tagline. Again, tagline is one of the most important, the GK question that can be asked. And that's how I'm going to cover the entire year 2019. So from January to December, you guys will be getting the GK questions, not month wise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give them to you topic wise. So we're going to pick up one topic, let's say award, and from January 2019 से लेके December 2019 तक जितने भी awards दिए गए हैं, जिससे किसी भी categories में दिए गए हैं, we will be discussing them and the videos will be on my channel. So guys, kindly subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. Thank you so much.